The ancient Egyptians wove a rich tapestry of stories about their gods. These weren't just tales to entertain, they were explanations of the world around them. The Egyptians saw their gods in the sun, the moon, and the Nile. They believed these powerful beings shaped their lives. For thousands of years, these stories captivated the Egyptian people. These ancient myths continue to fascinate us today. They provide a glimpse into a world of wonder and mystery. The Egyptians believed in a pantheon of gods. Each one had unique powers and responsibilities. These deities interacted in complex ways, their stories filled with love, betrayal, and epic battles. These narratives weren't confined to temples and tombs. They permeated everyday Egyptian life. From the farmer praying for a good harvest to the pharaoh seeking divine guidance, the gods were ever present. Join us now as we delve into this captivating world. We'll explore the stories, the symbolism, and the enduring legacy of the Egyptian gods. The Nile River, the lifeblood of Egypt, played a central role in their cosmology. It was a symbol of creation and rebirth. The annual flooding brought fertility, seen as a gift from the gods. This rhythm reinforced the belief in the cycle of life, death, and resurrection. The Egyptians found inspiration in the night sky. Constellations represented their gods and goddesses. Celestial movements influenced events on Earth. The sun, seen as Ra, brought light and warmth. Ra sailed across the heavens each day. Egyptians developed creation myths to explain the universe. These myths varied but shared common threads. They spoke of chaos before time. From chaos, order emerged, and the first gods were born. Early deities, forces of nature, gave birth to subsequent gods. The pantheon evolved into a complex family tree, maintaining cosmic order. Thousands of years have passed since the height of ancient Egyptian civilization, yet their stories continue to resonate. How did these tales, passed down through generations, survive the sands of time? The answer lies in the Egyptians' reverence for their gods and their meticulous efforts to preserve their legacy. The Egyptians adorned their temple walls, tombs, and even everyday objects with intricate carvings and paintings depicting their gods and goddesses. These visual narratives served as a constant reminder of the divine presence in their lives. They also acted as a form of religious instruction, ensuring the continuity of their beliefs. The invention of hieroglyphic writing, a system that used pictures to represent words and ideas, further enabled the Egyptians to record their myths and beliefs. Papyrus scrolls covered in these intricate symbols served as repositories of ancient wisdom, preserving the stories for future generations. Today, archaeologists and Egyptologists continue to unearth these buried treasures, piecing together the fragments of a civilization long gone. Through their meticulous work, the voices of the ancient Egyptians, once silenced by time, are given a new platform to captivate and inspire us. Their stories, etched in stone and papyrus, serve as a testament to the power of human imagination and the enduring allure of the unknown. Imagine a time, before the sun, the moon, or the stars. The ancient Egyptians believed that before our world existed, there was only none. None wasn't an ocean as we know it, it was an endless, shapeless void. It was a dark and silent abyss filled with infinite potential. Within this primordial soup, the seeds of creation lay dormant, waiting for the spark of life. The Egyptians called this Nun, the primordial waters. It was from this chaos that everything would emerge. It was the source of all things, but it was also a place of nothingness. There was no sky, no earth, no up or down. There was only the swirling, churning potential of none. But even in this chaos, a force existed, a force unseen, unknown, yet unimaginably powerful. This force was the catalyst for creation. It was the invisible hand that set the cosmic wheels in motion. This force, known as Heka, was the magical power that infused the universe. It was the energy that allowed the gods to perform their feats and for life itself to exist. Heka was the bridge between the formless void and the ordered world that would eventually emerge. From the depths of none, a single being arose. This was Atum, the self-created one. He was neither born nor created in the traditional sense. He willed himself into existence, rising from the primordial waters. Atum was alone, surrounded by the vast emptiness of none. He was the embodiment of creation itself, the first spark of life in the void. He felt a profound sense of loneliness, a longing for something more. So, Atum performed an act of self-creation. He coughed, and from his mouth emerged Shu, the god of air. Then Atum sneezed, and from his nostrils came Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. These two deities, born from Atum's own being, would play crucial roles in the unfolding drama of creation. With Shu and Tefnut by his side, Atum looked out upon the nothingness and began his work. He spoke words of power, his voice echoing through the void, and his words brought forth light, separating it from darkness. He created the Benben, a mound of earth that rose from the waters, becoming the first solid ground in existence. This act marked the beginning of order emerging from chaos. Atum, now joined by his children, continued to shape the world. He created the sky above and the earth below, separating the two realms. Then from the union of Shu and Tefnut came Geb, the earth god, and Nut, the sky goddess. These two, locked in a tight embrace, represented the fertile union of the earth and sky. However, Atum, in his infinite wisdom, knew that creation required balance. He realized that too much closeness between Geb and Nut would stifle creation, so he called upon Shu to separate them. With great effort, Shu lifted Nut high above Geb, creating the space for the air and the heavens. With the world taking shape, Atum decided to experience his creation firsthand. He transformed himself into Ra, the radiant sun god. Each morning, Ra would rise from the eastern horizon, sailing across the heavens in his solar bark, bringing light, warmth, and life to the world. His journey symbolized the triumph of order over chaos, of light over darkness. Under Ra's benevolent rule, Egypt flourished. The Nile River flowed with life-giving water, crops grew abundantly, and the people thrived. This was the golden age of creation, a time of peace, prosperity, and divine harmony. Shu and Tefnut, the children of Atum, played essential roles in maintaining the cosmic order. Shu, the god of air, was not only responsible for holding up the sky, but also for ensuring that the winds blew, that the clouds moved, and that there was breath in the lungs of all living creatures. Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, brought life-giving rain to the land, nourishing the plants and ensuring the fertility of both the earth and the womb. She was also associated with dew, which was seen as a symbol of renewal and rebirth. Together, they represented the delicate balance between the elements that sustained life. However, the world was not always peaceful. There were times when the forces of chaos threatened to unravel the order that Atum and his children had created. Storms would rage, floods would threaten the land, and darkness would try to consume the light. It was during these times that Shu and Tefnut's true strength was tested. They would stand firm against the onslaught, their combined powers pushing back the darkness and restoring balance to the world. Shu, with his unwavering strength, would hold back the raging winds and calm the turbulent waters. Tefnut, with her life-giving moisture, would quench the fires and replenish the parched earth. As the Egyptian civilization blossomed along the Nile, their understanding of the cosmos grew more intricate. A divine order emerged, personified by 9 gods known as the Ennead of Heliopolis. This divine family represented the fundamental forces that shaped the world. Atum, the self-created one, brought forth Shu and Tefnut, air and moisture. From them descended Geb and Nut, earth and sky, symbolizing creation. Geb and Nut gave birth to Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys. The Ennead embodied the interconnectedness of the cosmos. Of all the gods in the Ennead, Osiris held a special place in the hearts of the Egyptians. He was the archetype of a just ruler, symbolizing the eternal cycle of life, death, and resurrection. His story of betrayal, loss, and triumph over death offered hope for a blessed afterlife. As the eldest son of Geb and Nut, Osiris inherited Egypt's rulership. He brought order and civilization, teaching agriculture and justice. But his reign was cut short by his envious brother, Set. Set tricked Osiris, trapping him in a coffin and casting it into the Nile. Isis, his devoted wife, used magic to find and restore him. This resurrection symbolized the Egyptians' belief in overcoming death. Isis, the goddess of magic, motherhood, and healing, played a pivotal role in the Osiris myth and held a revered position in the Egyptian pantheon. Her unwavering love for her husband and her protective nature as a mother resonated deeply with the Egyptians. Known for her profound wisdom and mastery of magic, Isis was believed to have learned the secret names of the gods. She used her knowledge to resurrect Osiris and heal the sick. With Osiris briefly resurrected, Isis conceived their son, Horus. Isis fled into hiding, raising Horus in the secluded marshes of the Nile Delta. She nurtured Horus, teaching him magic and preparing him to avenge his father's death. Horus, the falcon god, symbolized divine kingship, protector of Egypt, and the embodiment of order and justice. Born from Osiris and Isis, he inherited his father's right to rule and his mother's magical prowess. His story mirrored the eternal battle between order and chaos. Guided by Isis, he challenged Set for the throne. Their conflict raged across the land and heavens. Horus fought tirelessly to avenge his father and restore balance. Their battles were legendary, filled with cunning strategies and divine intervention. In the end, Horus emerged victorious, reclaiming his birthright. His victory signified the triumph of order over chaos. Set's role in the Egyptian pantheon was far more nuanced than simply being a force of pure evil. He was the god of the desert, storms, chaos, and even violence, representing the unpredictable and often destructive aspects of nature essential for balance and change. Set, in his untamed fury, embodied this necessary chaos, a force that could topple the established order, paving the way for renewal and growth. As the Egyptians contemplated the mysteries of life and death, they developed elaborate beliefs about the afterlife, a realm where the deceased embarked on a perilous journey to attain eternal bliss. Guiding them through this transition was Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification and the protector of the dead. Anubis presided over the mummification process, a complex ritual designed to preserve the body and prepare the soul for its journey. He then guided the deceased to the Hall of Two Truths, where their hearts were weighed against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. Anubis's presence ensured a fair judgment, ensuring that only the worthy could enter the afterlife. Thoth occupied a unique position as the god of wisdom, knowledge, writing, and magic. He was the divine scribe, credited with inventing hieroglyphics and recording all knowledge, both earthly and divine. Thoth was often depicted with the head of an ibis, a bird revered for its intelligence and association with the Nile's annual flooding. As the keeper of divine records, Thoth possessed knowledge of magic, spells, and incantations, making him a powerful deity. Thoth represented the Egyptians' reverence for learning and their belief in the power of knowledge. Hathor, whose name means House of Horus, was a multifaceted goddess embodying love, joy, beauty, music, dance, and motherhood. She was often depicted with the head of a cow or wearing a headdress with cow horns and a sun disk, symbolizing her connection to motherhood, fertility, and the sky. Her nurturing embrace extended to both the living and the dead, as she was believed to welcome souls into the afterlife with food and drink. Hathor's joyful and life-affirming nature made her a popular deity, and her temples were often centers of music, dance, and celebration. Hathor's presence in the Egyptian pantheon reminded them to embrace the joys of life, celebrate beauty, and cherish the bonds of love and family. Bastet, the cat-headed goddess, represented domesticity, fertility, motherhood, and protection from harm. Bastet's image evolved from a fearsome lioness into a more approachable and benevolent cat deity. She was often depicted holding a sistrum, a musical instrument associated with joy and celebration, and a basket, symbolizing her role as a protector of women, children, and the home. Her presence brought peace, happiness, and good fortune to households, and she was believed to ward off illness, misfortune, and evil spirits. Bastet's popularity extended beyond the domestic sphere as she was also associated with music, dance, and festivals. Imagine walking through a forest of towering columns, sunlight filtering through, casting intricate shadows. This wasn't a forest, but an Egyptian temple, more than just a place of worship. Every element of their design, from the massive pylons at the entrance to the dimly lit sanctuaries within, was infused with symbolism. The layout often mirrored the Egyptians' vision of the cosmos, with courtyards representing the earth and hypostyle halls symbolizing the papyrus marshes of creation. These temples served as a bridge between the earthly realm and the divine, a place where humans could connect with the powers that governed their world. For the ancient Egyptians, interacting with the gods was an ongoing dialogue, a vital part of daily life. The Egyptians believed that by honoring the gods, they ensured the continued balance of Ma'at, the divine order that kept chaos at bay. Beyond daily rituals, grand festivals held throughout the year were a time for celebration, feasting, and communal worship. At the heart of Egyptian society stood the pharaoh, the absolute ruler who embodied both the power of the gods and the responsibility for the well-being of his people. He was considered the living embodiment of Horus, the falcon god of kingship, chosen by the gods to maintain order and justice in the land. The pharaoh's life was a delicate balancing act, navigating the complexities of earthly rule while upholding his divine mandate. Upon his death, he would embark on a perilous journey through the underworld, ultimately joining the gods in the afterlife. His tomb, often a magnificent pyramid, was not just a burial place but a gateway to eternity, filled with treasures and provisions for his journey. Thousands of years after the fall of the last pharaoh, the gods of ancient Egypt continue to captivate our imaginations. From Hollywood movies to video games, their images and stories have permeated popular culture, inspiring artists, writers, and musicians for centuries. The Egyptian gods remind us of the power of storytelling, the enduring allure of mystery, and the human need to connect with something larger than ourselves. As we've journeyed through the myths and legends of the Egyptian gods, we've uncovered a civilization deeply connected to the rhythms of nature and the cosmos. Their stories, passed down through generations, offer a glimpse into a world where the divine permeated every aspect of life. From the self-creation of Atum to the enduring love of Isis and Osiris, these tales explored universal themes that still resonate with us today. The Egyptian gods weren't distant, unapproachable figures. They were intimately involved in the lives of mortals, influencing their harvests, protecting their homes, and guiding their souls in the afterlife. This deep connection between the divine and the earthly is reflected in every aspect of their civilization, from the grandeur of their temples to the intimacy of their tomb paintings. The Egyptians believed that by honoring their gods, they ensured the balance of Ma'at, the cosmic order that kept chaos at bay. Even today, the allure of these ancient beliefs endures, influencing art, literature, music, and popular culture. The legacy of the Egyptian gods extends far beyond their mythology. It's etched in stone and papyrus, in the towering pyramids and the intricate hieroglyphics that continue to unravel the secrets of their civilization. Their achievements in astronomy, mathematics, engineering, and art continue to astound us. Our journey through the Egyptian pantheon ends here, but the exploration of mythology, history, and the power of storytelling is just beginning. Like the ancient Egyptians, we're surrounded by a universe of stories that shape our understanding of the world, connect us to our past, and inspire us to imagine new possibilities. Explore these stories, delve into the myths of Greece, the legends of the Norse, the tales of the Native Americans, the epics of ancient India. Each one offers a unique perspective on the human experience, enriching our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. And hey, if you enjoyed this exploration of the Egyptian gods, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more fascinating journeys into the past.